I honestly have no idea where to begin. I do not know where to begin. There's so much. I'm just going to ramble and rant and gloat. There's going to be a lot of gloating this little episode here. So, trigger warning to any Celtics fans that do come across this.
Don't let us get one.
Let us bask in our moment of sun here, okay? The sun has not shone upon the Miami Heat much this season, and last night it did. And it shone upon us, and it rained three-pointers upon the heads of the Celtics as you were exiting the stadium of the Boston Garden or whatever it's called. And and Eric Reed nailed it.
The curse of Scalabrini. The curse of Scalabrini.
That's right. I'm still waiting for an apology, Brian Scalabrini, because at least Kendrick Perkins. Say what you want about Kendrick Perkins. At least the guy apologized to the Miami Heat for that ridiculous tweet.
My apologies to all the Heat fans, to Espo, to whoever else, man. Go ahead and give me the business for the night. You know what I'm saying? I deserve it.
Doesn't even make any mathematical sense. I know he's joking, but I will put his apology at the end of this video. Celtics fans for having the audacity, the gall, the gumption to boo Caleb Martin, Celtic killer, arguably the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals, and you have the audacity to boo him when all the evidence is out there. I played it in my last video. Drew Holiday clearly pushed him into Jason Tatum. It's right there, crystal clear. If you should be booing anybody, it's Drew Holiday. A, for almost injuring Jason Tatum, and B, not having played all that well lately. So there's that. And then you boo Caleb Martin. And what does Caleb do? He goes 5 for 6 from 3 on your dome with his hideous, ugly jump shot that I cringe every time he shoots it. Me along with every other Heat fan. Every time Caleb shoots 3-pointer, I go, oh God. But once in a while, my man gets hot. He's a gamer. He's a hooper. Shout out to J. Cole for finding this guy in a pickup game or whatever that story is. Brian Scalabrini, you're still a doofus.
I'm not trying to start nothing here, but I'm just... Eric Spoelstra called a timeout with 1:30 down by 16. 30 seconds later, that play happens. 30 seconds later, I don't know, man. That looked shady to me.
What you call that?
Code red.
So is this them trying to send a message, or is that just a dirty play?
I mean, to me, it's a dirty play.
Yeah.
I think anybody should look at that. I think Martin should get suspended for that. That's a dirty play.
I'm closer to LeBron than you'll ever be. Bro, I will hit a fadeaway on your head. You're not stopping that shot. I'll hit a fadeaway right over your head, just like Bam was hitting fadeaways over Porzingis. Bang! First of all, I'm going to run my receipts. You know me, I love running receipts. I'm going to run receipts. What did I say about Spo? Is this a method to Spo's madness? Was he using this game one just to be like, all right, we're going to feel this out, and then we're really going to go to the drawing board and come with a real plan in game two? That's why I'm so much more excited for game two. Okay, what did I say about game two? Game one might be ugly, but game two, my eyes are on game two. Like I said, don't be surprised if the first game is a blowout, because I'm looking to game number 2. Okay, what did I say about Tyler Herro? Tyler, he's the kind of guy, he might come back on Wednesday and have a huge game and be back in everybody's good graces. These maniacs, a 20-year-old, a rookie, an undrafted guy, Tyler, Bam, Haywood, DeLon, Duncan, Kevin, they go in there and break a record for the Miami Heat. 23 three-pointers, 54% from 3. Hold the Celtics to only 40 points in the second half, like a high school game. And Jimmy, he's out here trolling you. He's out here trolling Jaylen Brown. Right now, I already feel it in my bones that Terry's coming back for Game 5. I'm such a nut. I think Jimmy Butler is going to come back. I do. Because I've been creeping on his Instagram, and he's, I don't see crutches. I don't see a brace. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Game 7, Jimmy Butler's playing. I don't care if how wrong I sound. And shout out to Shaq, by the way. Shaq predicted before the game that the Heat would win by 10. So shout out to him.
Miami by 10 tonight.
Bet me.
Miami by 10.
Bet me.
I don't care what happens for the rest of the series. That win, one of the all-time great Miami Heat wins, if you consider the context of who we had and who this Celtics team is or is supposed to be. Very talented, but I said this before the season started. I don't trust this Celtics team. And whether it's against us in this series, or if they play the Knicks or the Bucks or the Sixers or the Timberwolves or the Nuggets, I don't trust them.
Stop one of the better teams pretty much ever, really, on paper.
They haven't walked through fire. I question their mental and emotional toughness. And you got Joey Mozzarella over there who doesn't know what to do. Joey Mozzarella, the guy's all out of sorts. Spo is a genius. You knew Spo was going to bring it. The Heat made brilliant adjustments. A lot of it was the adjustments that we all thought it was going to be. Stopping their three-point shot, playing old school, hard-nosed, man-to-man, no more doubling off this zone, forcing Tatum and Brown to take tough shots. That's what they did, and they did it brilliantly. And even if the Celtics win, even if they do a gentleman's sweep, I don't care, because this wasn't supposed to happen. We were not supposed to go in there with those guys and do what we did, holding them to 40 points in the second half. That was not supposed to happen. And you know what? All the good teams, they see that as weakness from the Celtics. They see that as weakness. There's blood in the water. The Heat drew blood last night. They did. And when it comes to this Celtics team, I respect this Celtics team. I think they're incredibly talented, but I don't trust them. That game, the Heat figured them out. They figured them out. And this Heat team is not scared of them. They're not. They played them last year. Instead of Robert Williams and Marcus Smart, you have Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. Whoop-de-doo. They know Brown. They know Tatum. They know White. They know Horford. They know those guys. By the way, if any Celtics fans come across this video, and I apologize like that I'm gloating, like let us gloat. Come on, you got to let us gloat a little bit after that game. Come on. But I do have a question for Celtics fans. If I was a Celtic fan, I would be driven insane by the fact that Derek White, you don't get more offense out of him. Why? I'm looking at these stats here. You have a combined 43 field goal attempts from Tatum and Brown. Derek White had 8. He was 5 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Why aren't you getting more offense out of this guy? Derek White always kills the Heat. I don't understand that. I do think that in Game 3, I think from the Celtics, and that's going to be a little bit more of an adjustment that they make. They're going to have to either try to get more offense out of Porzingis. He was really bad. And look, shout out to the Miami Heat defense. But Porzingis, man, I mean, 1 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. The Celtics need more offense out of White and Porzingis instead of so much out of Brown and Tatum. And they were efficient. I mean, they were a combined like 50% from the field. They were pretty efficient, even though Tatum, after the first quarter, I think in this like the second and third quarter, I think he only had 4 points. But back to the Miami Heat defense, man. I will put, of course, as always, Brady Hawk had some killer Twitter threads that he did. One on Tyler's game, we'll get to Tyler, and the Miami Heat defense. That Miami Heat defense, we forced them to be an ISO team. We forced tough shots. We stopped over helping. We didn't double in a zone. It was old school man-to-man defense. Of course, it helps when you hit the most three-pointers in franchise history and you hit 23 three-pointers, but the Celtics let it happen. You allowed how many three-point attempts? 43 three-point attempts. You allowed that. Instead of that game 1 where they were doing that drive and kick and they were hesitant and they only hit 12 three-pointers all game? We hit 12 three-pointers, I think, like halfway through the second quarter this game. It was ball movement, and if you had an open shot, you let it fly. And everyone was just letting it fly. Luckily, they were going in. And Tyler Herro, unbelievable game. Within the context and the importance of that game, his best game. Let's be honest. That was his best game ever as a Miami Heat player. I know things have been up and down for him. People love him one game and hate him one game. If this kid could ever figure out how to play how he played in that Bulls game and the game 2 of the Celtics game consistently and stay healthy, forget about it. I mean, he'll be an all-star. That Bulls game and this game, 2 really, really important games. Obviously, the Bulls game, your season is on the line. And this game, too, if we lose that game, forget about it. That series is pretty much done. Their confidence will go through the roof. But now, getting that game in Boston, forget about it. Now you're playing with house money. You're playing with house money now. Like, you're good. And Tyler dictated that Bulls game in Game 2 of the Celtics series. He dictated that whole game. He was igniting the offense, putting guys in position to score. And I'm going to say it again. I highly, highly recommend going and clicking the pinned link below to the Brady Hawk thread on our defense and on Tyler, because he does a great job of breaking down how we made an adjustment from Game 1 to Game 2 of how Tyler was being utilized on offense off ball, yet he was still initiating offense. So, like, something would happen from Jovic or Jaime, and they would initiate something. And Tyler would do something off the ball, then get the ball. Then Tyler would either score off that or initiate something to get someone else to score. The stats speak for themselves. 24 points, 14 assists, 7 for 13 from the field, 6 for 11 from 3. The only complaint I would have with guys, I guess, would be turnovers. Our turnovers were pretty rough. Tyler had 3, Bam had 3, Caleb had 4, Jovic had 5. Other than that, this game was incredible. And right when the game started, I immediately felt better than I did in Game 1. And yeah, Tatum was really hot. He had 10 of their first 14 points. But in the Game 1, we were down 14-0. In this game, we were only down 14-9, so much better start. Single coverage on Tatum. I'll take that and just Tatum killing us than everyone on the Celtics raining threes upon us like it was in Game 1, because that was just miserable. And luckily, we were super hot from 3. 8 for 15 from 3 after the first quarter. The Celtics were only 2 for 8. Jason Tatum had a huge quarter, hitting tough shots, but we were still up. We were up 28-27 going into the second quarter. You know, we were getting a little bit beat up in points in the paint. We started that second quarter in a zone. Sam Hauser hit a 3. I started having flashbacks to Game 1, but about halfway through, we went back to man, and we were lighting everybody up from 3. Caleb's hitting 3, and Tyler's hitting 3s, and Jovic is playing great. Everyone's playing great that quarter. We're up 55-50, and Jaylen Brown hits back-to-back-to-back 3s and a steal, has an 11-3 run on us. But it's fine. We were only down 3 going into halftime. At the half, the Celtics had 5 offensive rebounds in that first half. They only had 1 in the entire second half, and it came with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So really, really good adjustment there. And then the third quarter was definitely the best quarter. We won the third quarter 27-18. We held the best offense in the NBA in the playoffs to only 18 points in the third quarter. The adjustment that the Heat made was on full display, especially with this statistic here. In the third quarter, the Celtics, only Tatum and Brown had scored in double figures. The Heat, all 5 starters were in double figures. And the Heat run a 15-3 run. I'm pretty sure the Celtics went about 4 minutes with no field goals until Sam Hauser hit a 3. They went on a little 7-0 run, brought the lead to 5, and then Duncan hit a big 3 to bust their little run there. And we go into the fourth quarter up 6. Fourth quarter started off with Jason Tatum missing back-to-back free throws. That was really strange. And then Bam had a great fourth quarter. Hit, 3, 4 really, really tough shots, fadeaways, turnaround jumpers. Man, Bam just killed it that fourth quarter. And Derek White had a big fourth quarter. He hit a 3, an and 1, another 3. Like, Derek White was really killing us, but man, we just kept hitting big 3s. Haywood had a big 3. Jaime hit a big 3. And it got pretty close. It was a 6-point game with only 3:15 left. I gotta be honest, as I was watching that game, even when the Celtics got it down to 6 with 3:15 left, I just felt good. I just felt like the Heat were in the driver's seat that game. I was never nervous, and they couldn't close in on us. So that's it. Honestly, my brain is so scrambled from this win. It's hard for me to even formulate my thoughts and feelings into words. I'm so genuinely proud of these guys. Spo, of course, the mastermind, but anything that Spo does, it doesn't matter unless these guys carry out Spo's plan and Spo's vision, and they did that last night, and those guys should be commemorated for it, because doing what they did, that is no easy feat to go up against a team like the Celtics with all that talent, with by far the best record in the league. Everybody thinks they're going to win the championship. I don't. I think the Nuggets are going to win the championship again. And to go in there with a 20-year-old kid and a rookie and Caleb and everyone that played last night, even Kevin Love, he had 4 rebounds in 6 minutes. Duncan. I mean, the guy's out here with a busted back, out here clamping. Jaylen Brown, unbelievable stuff, man. That game last night, that embodied the very reason why I love this team so much. And the hell that we have gone through in this miserable regular season, and the play-in, losing to Philly, then you got to play Chicago again, and you get blown out in game 1 of Boston, and everybody, this guy's hurt and that guy's hurt, and then to do what those guys did last night, it really makes everything worth it. And that team just has so much grit and toughness and character and all that stuff that the Celtics lack. They have talent, but they don't have grit and character and mental and emotional toughness. They don't. I've rambled enough. Game 3, Saturday, playing with house money. It's going to be a good old time, and I'm fascinated to see what the next chess moves will be with this Coach Mozzarella character and Spo. Now, obviously, our threes are. I highly doubt we're going to shoot over 50% again from 3. We're going to have to probably rely on more 2s. Baseline drives, driving into the paint, getting more 2s, all that kind of stuff. The Celtics probably are not going to rely so much on Tatum and Brown. They're going to try and get probably Porzingis or Holiday, or what I think they should. I think they should get Derek White more involved offensively. How will the Heat respond? How will the Celtics respond? Man, I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be fun. That stadium is going to be rocking. Hey, Celtics fans, we got 1. Do not let us get 2. Do not let us get 2.
Every single time, man. Every single time. I started to put a little trust in the Boston Celtics. And here we go again. The brooms. Think about the brooms. This was supposed to be a sweep. Y'all the far better team.
On paper.
No Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier. But damn it, here my big dumb ass go again. Knowing I know better. Knowing that Eric Spoelstra and Joe Mazzulla is a damn matchup. Eric Spoelstra had them boys ready to go, and they showed out in great fashion. Look, Celtics, man, why can't y'all do right? I'm not saying y'all not going to win the series, but damn. For sure this should have been a sweep. Y'all supposed to be standing on business. This is the moment that y'all been telling the world y'all been waiting on. You know what you do when you're playing a short-handed team like the Miami Heat? You tuck them in. Read them a bedtime story. Give them no life. Now you got to go down to South Beach. The series tied 1-1. They playing with house money. And now you got to go handle business. Shit is just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Man, my apologies to all the Heat fans, to Espo, to whoever else, man. Go ahead and give me the business for the night. You know what I'm saying? I deserve it. Damn Celtics. As soon as I start to trust in them, just finish the damn series off. Carry on.